Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Welcome to a new day. It's Monday morning. It's still before noon. And I just got out of Pick and Save. Had to come here for two things. One is picante sauce for our lunch. And then the other is carrots because I'll be making a pea soup using that ham bone we got for Easter. So I'll be making a pea soup tonight. And other than that, we're going to have leftovers for lunch. And I have no idea what else to say. So, yeah, thanks for joining me on my day. And yeah, I'm going to head home now. And I don't know if we'll have lunch yet, but I'm just going home now. So, all right, so stay tuned. All right, everyone. So I am about to put this ham bone on the stove to start cooking. We had our lunch already. We just had that leftover rice with ground beef and peppers. So we ate lunch already. I didn't record it. But all right, so let's get this pea soup going. Now keep in mind, this is not going to be your traditional split pea soup where it's green. This is just a pea soup. So we're not going to make it green. And this recipe basically comes from Glenn's side of the family, obviously, as I do not eat pea soup, but he grew up with it. So, all right, so I've got my ham bone in there. As you can see, I left quite a bit of ham on it. And so I'm going to let this come to a boil. Let me put some water in here first. Alright, so I've got my pot filled up with water. I've got the ham bone in there, and I'm going to go ahead and throw onions in there right now. The rest of the ham with potatoes and carrots I won't put in till this is simmered for a couple hours. And I'm going to go ahead and throw some salt and pepper in there right now. Okay, so now I'm going to throw this on the stove. I'm going to bring it to a boil. And then once it comes to a boil, I'll turn down the heat and then cover it and let it simmer for a couple hours. And that way all the ham that's on here will loosen up. And the water will become a ham broth, basically a bone broth. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to get this started and I'll be back. All right, everyone. So I have the peas. So normally when I put the peas in the pea soup, I just put it in as just out of the can but drained. This time Glenn wanted to try to make it look like a split pea soup where it's all green. So he wanted to mash all the peas. So that's what I did. I've got 2 cans of mashed peas in the pot already, and this is the 3rd can. So just wanted to show you what it looked like. And I've got everything else in the pot. I did have to take out some juice. It was full to the top, and so that way I could fit the peas in there. And let me get this in the pot and then I'll show you what I got going on. Besides a mess. Yeah, besides a mess here. Oh, I tried to put the peas in the food processor, and it did work at first. The bottom of the food processor, it just really creamed them up really good, but it really got thick, so the top wasn't getting in there. And then it just kept popping the circuit. So so I just figure, well, I'll put them in here and use the masher. All right, so let me get these in and I'll show you what I got going. Okay, so here it is. I've got the ham in there, potatoes, carrots. Some of the peas are still whole, but for the most part they're mashed up. They get really thick when you mash them up. But I've got green juice here. I don't know if it shows that well in the camera. Probably a little better there. I had the flash on, so it was a little brighter. But yeah, so I let the ham bone simmer for like almost 2 hours. And when I took it out, the meat just fell off the bone. So I took all that meat off, plus whatever ham I had aside for this. And everything's in here now. If I need more juice later, I still have some because I had to take some out. But otherwise, I'm going to cover this back up and let it simmer for another hour or so until the potatoes and carrots are soft. All right, so we'll see you when it's done. All right, everyone. So the pea soup is done, and it's been done for a little while now. And Glenn actually already ate a couple bowls, and he was happy with it. So he said it came out good, so that makes me happy. And yeah, he just added a little salt and pepper to his bowl. But he's got plenty of soup here. He ate it early enough where he's probably going to be hungry later, so he can have some more later. And he'll have plenty for tomorrow. So, but now that his supper's done, what am I eating? So let's get to that. All right, everyone. So before we get to my supper, I just wanted to share some friend mail with you. We received this in the mail today, and I just want to say thank you so much, Sharon. You're so kind, and this, I can't tell you how much we appreciate this. So she sent a beautiful card. Sorry for that's the the ring light that I use to give myself some lighting, but bad thing is it reflects on shiny stuff. So, okay, there we go. But she sent this beautiful card with purple flowers, purple background. I think it's just beautiful. But thank you so much, Sharon. And she has a little note here. And she sent some gift cards to us. One for Domino's Pizza and one for the store Meijer. If you're not familiar with Meijer, Meijer is a combination of, it's kind of like a super Walmart. It has a grocery store, basically a department store. Every department you can think of, much like Walmart, it's all in one shopping, basically. So we do have a Meijer here, and thank you so much for these gift cards. Sharon was kind enough to send them. She said she had gotten some gift cards and she wanted to pass some of them on. So thank you again, Sharon. And Sharon let me know that at Meijer early in the morning, they put out their reduced price meat that's coming up on the Best Buy date. And so I'm going to try to make it there earlier in the morning. I wonder if I call them to ask them what time they put out that meat. So, so yeah, definitely going to put this to good use and see what we can get at Domino's Pizza as well. So again, thank you, Sharon. I was going to say Meijer. What reminds me of Meijer, I don't know if I ever told you guys, but back in 1990, I lived in Battle Creek, Michigan, the home of Kellogg's cereal. And I lived there for like a year. This was with my ex. He was in the military and he was stationed there for a year. But I used to work part-time at a Meijer there, third shift. And just the I don't know how to say it, the town feeling and the Meijer there was, oh, I just loved it. I can't explain what I'm trying to say, but it just had a country style, small town feeling there. And the Meijer was huge, and I used to love going there and working there. I used to rent movies from there, eat at the cafe while I was on my break. And yeah, I used to work at a Meijer back in 1990 in Battle Creek, Michigan. So I was so disappointed. You know how you hold on to those feelings of the past, how you remember something? So when Meijer was being built here in our town, it's not been here a lot of years. And when I saw it was being built, I just had that feeling of back at that Meyer in Michigan as I remember it. And when I saw how contemporary they are inside, um, yeah, it was just like a bursting of my bubble. but but again, thank you so much, Sharon. I really appreciate that. Yeah, I just thought I'd tell you guys that little story. But yeah, so we got this friend mail in the mail today. Thank you again. I can't even say thank you enough. It just really doesn't seem like it's enough to say that. So we appreciate it so much. So thank you, Sharon. And let's get on to my supper for tonight. All right, everyone. So you can see the griddle is out. And you probably can guess it's going to be some kind of chicken. And what I am making for myself is some chicken fajitas. Yep, it's going to be a one griddle meal. I guess you can call it a one pan meal because I'm going to cook the chicken on here, put it in the bowl, saute the peppers and onions, and then when it's all done, I'll move it to the side and even warm up my tortillas on here. So I love chicken fajitas, and yeah, I made the soup for Glenn, so when I do that, this is a 2-meal night. So when I cook him his meal, I like to cook my meal, something that I normally wouldn't cook if we were both eating it. So, all right, so I'm going to get started. What I did was I took some chicken tenderloins, cut them up into smaller pieces, put them in some olive oil with chicken fajita or fajita seasoning. This is Taco Bell brand. I didn't go out and buy it. We already had it. We've had this in our, our seasoning packet drawer probably over a year. So I don't even remember when we got this, but it was close. So I just, in typical me fashion, I just used half of it and saved the half for another night since it's just me eating it. All right, so I got that in my chicken with the olive oil. And then I've got some sliced up bell peppers and onions. And the bell peppers are actually from the freezer. Well, they're originally from the pantry. And as I've said in the past, whenever I can get bell peppers from the pantry, I do. That way I can just either dice them up or slice them up, or both of them, and just go ahead and freeze them for when I need them for a meal, so I don't have to go out and buy them. So that's what I did. I had all these bell peppers already sliced up and in the freezer, so I just thawed them out, and I just sliced up an onion. So, all right, first thing I'm going to do is I actually did put cardboard in the front legs here, under the front legs, so it's a little more level. But we're going to go ahead and get this warmed up to 350 and put some olive oil on here and cook up our chicken first. My only disappointment for the fajitas is I have no avocados to go with it. And I was at the store earlier getting picante sauce and carrots, and I totally did not think of my avocados. But that's okay. I'll just eat it like that. I don't even put cheese on fajitas. I just eat it just with the chicken and the peppers and onions on the flour tortilla. And it's good just like that. Maybe if I make it to the store tomorrow, I'll pick up an avocado. But we're going to go ahead and fry up some chicken. Maybe I made the front legs too high, and now it's going to that side. Well, I put two pieces on, so I'll take one out, see what it does here. Can't wait to eat some fajitas. I think the last time I made this, I don't know, maybe it's a couple months ago. Oh, it was when I made Glenn, it was another two-meal night. I made Glenn the sauerkraut with sausage and potatoes and onions. And I made myself some chicken fajitas. All right, we're just going to go ahead and get the, I guess me taking out one layer of the cardboard worked. It just kind of sits there in the middle now. But let's start cooking these this chicken. Smells like fajita. Yes, it does. Alright, so I'm going to let this cook up and I will be right back. Oh, I thought I got all of them. I try to cut all that white stringy fat out of the chicken and I missed one. Alright, I will be back. Alright everyone, so I'm just going to go ahead and add my chicken back in. This is pretty much sauteed up. So let's add this back in. Chicken's got a good taste to it. Probably could have added a little more fajita seasoning, but that's okay. That just saves enough for another time. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and move it over to that side so I can clean off this side to start warming up some tortillas and eat some of this goodness. Alright, I was going to wipe that stuff off, but I think I'm going to leave it on and get some of that flavor on my tortilla. I think I'm going to do 3 right away, that way I can shut off the griddle and be done with it. Alright everyone, so I just turned the griddle off, and that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch my videos. I really appreciate all the support you guys give this channel. And I appreciate all of you. And again, thank you Sharon for the kindness. And now I'm going to sit down and grub on some chicken fajitas. Alright everyone, so with that, remember to live life, be good to yourself, and be good to others. Until next time.